Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is the Red Ash event. In the last episode, Red Hood left the Goddess Squad. Which is weird, you'd think that in the event about Red Hood should be here for the whole thing, wouldn't you? But no, I jest, it was actually a very emotional moment. Kudos to the voice actors here.
I'll move as quickly as I can.
So let's start off by completely breaking the mood and checking out the two new conversation events that we have here.
Unwrapped. Proceeding to target.
I told Red Hood she could trust me, but I failed her. The Record of Activities of the Nosy One, Part 4. Record 0044, playback. Rapunzel opens the door of the confessional and sits in the chair. Oh Lord, I have sinned. That filthy book Red Hood insisted on showing me keeps haunting in my mind. Perhaps that is why even when I see innocuous things like tree branches, I instead see a man's... Even when I glance at my own staff, I see it. When I'm brushing my teeth and gaze at the toothbrush with a round tip covered in... Oh dear, I'm not going to read this out. I can't. It just keeps happening. What has happened to me? Has my mind been tainted by that filthy book? Please, Lord, save my mind from impurity. Someone's voice can be heard from the next. My child. Who's there? I am the god of desire. What? I have never heard of such a god. Well... That's because I only manifest before those with lustful minds. What? Lustful minds? Did you hear all of that just now? Every last word. But calm yourself, my child. How can someone who serves the Lord be so careless? Steady thy spirit and listen. I heard your appeal, your wish to prevent yourself from getting worse. Do you not? That is true, but... Rapunzel sits back down again. Is there a way? One must fight fire with fire. Evil can only be controlled by other evil. And so you must immerse yourself in impurity. Your thoughts, your senses, you must bathe in smut. Even more than I do now? Yes! You must inundate yourself with all that is lewd, until you are immune to its wicked pull. What does that... Until now you have only experienced wickedness in 3 dimensions. Now you will experience it in 4D. 4D? You will experience the real thing! Yes, after all, there is a man amongst us. You must catch him by surprise. Red Hood. Get out of there. Huh? Red Hood? Alright, you caught me. I have heard your concerns, Saintess, and taken them to heart. Do as I have told you, and you might yet be able to escape from your troubles. Look deep inside you, and you will find that your desires have been left unfulfilled. Ah! I told you to get out. Alright, I'm coming. You're gonna yank my ear off. Rapunzel, I'll be taking Red Hood with me, so you'll be on your own. If you need to let off some steam, feel free. Red Hood! Playback ends.
Hungry.
Okay, let's clean that off with some actually decent Rapunzel content. A Record of an Uncertain Treatment Part 3. Record 0013 playback. I don't know when it started, but Santa stopped looking at me in the eye. More medicine? Huh? What are you startled for? I'm asking if I have to take more medicine. Oh, yes. Come to think of it, he stopped taking blood samples. He couldn't get enough of them before. That's because I know how painful it is for you when I do them. Are you sure it's not because you don't need my data anymore? No! Of course we need it. I just wanted to give you a little break from it. That's all. Even now. Is VTC making any progress? Well, they're continuing their research on the treatment, but progress has been slow. She can't look me in the eye. Sanus, this medicine, yes? Is it really a treatment for corruption? Lately, it tastes more like vitamins than anything else. Is there something wrong with the medicine? There have also been whole stacks of research papers on her desk. Is this smell bothering you again? She hasn't mentioned anything new about the development of an antidote. I've tried making it less offensive than before. I can see the hopes fading from her eyes. Rapunzel. Huh? Am I going to make it? Why are you using my real name? Can you still say that this corruption is treatable? Red Hood? It's nothing. I just haven't called you by your name in a long time. This medicine is still hideous looking. Shouldn't they have been able to find a way to make it easier on the eyes by now? Her hands are trembling ever so slightly. She gazes at me anxiously. The corner of her mouth furrows hesitantly. The air is filled with a sense of regret and sorrow. I already know the answer. It's not possible. Things haven't felt right for a while now. There's no cure. What are you saying? I guess I don't have much of a choice. Another day. And another dose of this disgusting medicine. Thank you for everything. Playback ends.
I'll move as quickly as I can.
I almost feel like I should have saved that one for last because there's an entire Rapunzel related series of tapes. And yes, they are her being a degenerate. Although actually, now that we've completed story 1, we have a different area to go to for continuing story progression. Red Ash. We're still not allowed to look at what the recommended Nikes are, so we just use whoever we want to. Goddess Squad briefing room.
We've received reports of a large mass of raptures heading towards the entrance to the Ark. If they keep their current pace, they'll arrive in 3 days.
We'll have to intercept. Anything about them that we should pay particular attention to?
No. The group consists entirely of older models, and we've only detected 2 colossal raptures in their midst.
Noted. Then let's hurry and finish them off.
When are we planning on leaving?
In 1 hour. Everyone get ready.
Might thou not be somewhat hasty in making this decision? 'Twas but yesterday we were engaged in a formidable skirmish.
To be exact, we've had successive battlefield engagements for 2 weeks straight.
It can't be helped. It's been 2 months since humanity accepted defeat and evacuated to the Ark. The migration was organized in secret, but the Raptors somehow caught on to our plan. Might I remind you all how many times the Raptors have laid siege to the Ark's entrance? 212 times, and that's only based on official reports.
Actually, Commander, it's 221.
Either way, these creatures are trying everything in their power to breach the entrance. That's why we're moving all of our forces towards the Ark entrance. We cannot afford to lose this position. I know moving out so soon seems rash, but if we don't move quickly, it could mean extinction for all of mankind. The other teams are doing everything they can to hold them back, but it's not enough. They need us, the Goddess Squad, the Goddesses of Victory.
I understand. Perchance I was somewhat hasty in my rapprochement.
I'll get ready.
What about Rapunzel and Snow White?
They're off in their own worlds, as usual.
Can you bring them here?
Rapunzel,
Yes?
get ready. We're moving out.
Again?
Yes.
Understood.
How's the research coming along?
Intermittently, but I've figured out the basic principles. The so-called corruption contaminates the nanomachines in our brains and twists our mindset into that of raptures. You could consider it a form of warped hypnosis. If you're not familiar with the concept of hypnosis, it's when...
That's fine. You can tell me about it later. I just want to know if there's a cure.
In theory, before the corruption spreads too far, all you should have to do is remove the nanomachines. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. The United Forces of Humanity, or the central government rather, and the VTC are proposing only one solution: immediate and total destruction of the brain. There is a temporary solution that we're calling cryogenic sleep, but its efficacy remains in question. If only Red Hood were here. She was able to maintain control of her senses for all that time.
Yes, but such cases are exceedingly rare.
That's putting it mildly. So far, Red Hood has been the only one. I never saw a case like hers, where she was able to stave off the effects for so long.
You speak about her as if she's already dead. She could still be alive.
Oh, I wish that were true. When she left, she was nearing the end already. Before she walked away, I made a promise. I told her that I would cure her no matter what. But when she left, I couldn't stop her. I couldn't say for certain that I would cure her. My so-called promise was just a feeble attempt to get her to stay. It's something I regret dearly, and will until the day I die.
And it won't be for quite some time because you're still around in the main story.
So now I've got to do everything I can to find a cure. I have no idea how long it may take. But one day, I will find a way to rid us of this corruption.
I hope you do.
Speak of the devil? How are you holding up? I know you and Red Hood weren't on the best terms, but...
Me? I'm regretting it. I should have shot her. If I'd known she would have chosen to die a horrible death all alone, I would have done it. I'd have pushed through the tears and pulled the trigger. I've regretted it every day since she left.
I knew you felt for her.
And now, intermission of gunfire.
Get lost. I'm busy. Oh no! I was just getting into the groove. Why don't they just develop something like an infinite magazine?
I shall grant you victory, Your Grace.
Snow White!
Hey, could you take a look at this? I was inspired by lances for this piece. I designed it for firing at point-blank range. It can also be fired from vast distances. And if you're really in a jam, it can operate as a projectile or a stabbing weapon.
Amazing.
Would you like to try it out? I think it'd really suit you.
'Tis most impressive, but my blade shall suffice.
Are you sure? Too bad.
She's not able to modify a sword to be a better sword.
In 1 hour's time, we shall march.
Okay. How many are we up against this time?
Save for their forces being massive, including 2 colossal raptors amongst their ranks, I know but scant information.
Alright, then I'll take this and this.
The anti-ship rifles appear to have fallen into disuse. Pray tell, is it due to the memories that they stir within you?
Yes. They always paired well with Red Hood's arsenal.
You still loathe her?
Yes.
Surely thou ought to have forgiven her by now?
What does it matter even if I did? She's dead. She abandoned her comrades. I'll never forgive her for that. Let's go.
Very well.
Some wasteland. Our hometown is far away. The blazing blue sky.
Oh, for crying out loud. What is it now? Well, it's officially kaput. First my body, now the cassette player. Seems like everything's breaking down on me.
Red Hood stands in the middle of the road and heaves a deep sigh. She has been standing here for 3 hours now and not a single soul has passed by.
I think I might have to abandon the hitchhiking plan. Should have figured as much. What with the evacuation and all, everything's a mess right now. Still, it's a bit far to hoof it. And on top of that, I haven't got a clue what I'll encounter along the way. What to do?
Off in the distance, a military truck rumbles along the road, leaving plumes of dust behind it. The vehicle screeches to a halt in front of Red Hood, and a man gets out of the driver's side.
What in the world are you doing here?
Oswald is interesting and complicated. People didn't like him because his first appearance, I believe, was in the Dorothy event where he actively betrays Goddess Squad. But then later things happened and opinions have softened on him a lot. I feel like that first time was being the bearer of bad news, but eh. Unfortunately, I can't show his third encounter where his good intentions end up screwing over Abe, aka Earl King Heathcliff. But that diversion aside,
I'm hitchhiking.
Where to?
Depends on where you're headed.
I'm going to the Ark entrance.
Perfect. Any chance you could give me a lift?
Have you got a ticket? You can't enter the Ark without a winning ticket.
Oh no. I don't want to head inside the Ark. I've just got some business to take care of along that route. I'll get off before you get there, so can you give me a ride?
Sure.
Oh, and also, you don't happen to have any painkillers, do you? The strong stuff they use for Nikes?
Goddess Squad has withstood the 222nd Rapture Air Raid. I mean, we could head to the field, but we're in the story right now.
Phew! Have at you! Need a sharper sword.
Why don't they just develop something like an infinite magazine?
A commendable battle. But I desire stronger opponents next time.
All clear.
Well done. Let's head back.
That scoundrel still refuses to show herself.
You mean Cinderella?
Yes, my entire body itches for revenge.
Are you even sure that you could win against it?
All I can do is give it my best.
We can drop the Cinderella moniker going forward. It's been given a formal code name. Anachiro. Anachiro.
Why would this being scurry off with its tail tucked between its legs?
It's done nothing of the sort. Anachiro is on the lips of nearly everyone in the Ark. We've just been so preoccupied with our battlefield engagements that we haven't noticed. She leaves a trail of utter destruction in her wake. No one even has time to put up a fight before they're annihilated. The most curious thing is that she always lets one person live. Just one. Be it a Nikke or a human. It's as if she wants to leave a witness to spread the word about her achievements. How could this have happened to Cinderella? She was a Crims model, and the second generation to boot. She should be fighting alongside the humans. Back in the research center, you saw that Rapture and Nikke amalgamation yourself. It's safe to assume that this Anachiro is the successful version of what we saw in that lab. Her power has been enhanced to unprecedented levels, and she's been programmed to be hostile towards humanity.
So are we just going to let her cause all this chaos?
Not a chance. Anachiro is quickly becoming a symbol. To the Raptures, she represents victory. And for humans, terror. She is our diametric opposite. The shadow to our light.
Which really hurts because all Cinderella wanted to be was like the Goddess Squad.
I'd love nothing more than to take her down, but our hands are full as is. Besides, we won't have to wait long until we encounter her again. It's only a matter of time until she finds us and attacks the entrance to the Ark.
Is there any way we can stand up against her?
Our safest bet is pitting her against Lilith one-on-one.
So, in other words, all we can do is throw Lilith to the wolves.
Don't give up hope just yet. Lilith specializes in one-on-one combat.
Oh, I know. If there's anyone who can take it down, it's Lilith.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
So what you mean is, the only reason we couldn't vanquish the Fiend was because Lilith was preoccupied with rescuing us?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The truth is a harsh mistress.
You all have an important duty. I can't let you die.
How important?
Much more important.
She can't do everything herself.
Everybody in? Let's head back.
Everyone turns and starts walking back, save for the commander and Lilywise, who remain standing and watch everyone as they walk off.
Commander.
I've got you.
The commander helps support Lilywise.
Sorry, just for another minute or so. I must weigh a ton.
You're as light as a feather.
You're kidding.
A feather made of steel. Ow!
I think I'm almost at my limit.
Don't say that. That's not true.
I hope it isn't, but this has been happening more often. Don't give me that face. I'll be sticking around to see that bunch stand on their own 2 feet. I won't abandon them just like that. I told you not to give me that face.
I don't know what happens to Lilywise, but I know that by the time that Cinderella broke free of her control and destroyed the lift, Lilywise was shut down completely. So, yeah, she's... In a way, you could call her a Mary Sue, but it's not because... Only in terms of traits, because she is too perfect. She couldn't stick around, otherwise there wouldn't be any challenge left for the player when A couple of years pass, or decades or whatever.
Goddess Squad is victorious once again!
The military vehicle makes its way through the wasteland.
Hey, Mr. Nice Guy,
It's Oswald.
Oh, okay. Oswald. Aren't you nervous about picking up hitchhikers at a time like this?
I should ask you the same thing. Shouldn't you be more scared? Hitching rides in the middle of an apocalypse?
I'll be fine. You're the one who should be scared.
Red Hood pulls out a pistol.
If you're not careful, you could end up picking up someone dangerous.
I'll keep that in mind.
Red Hood hands the pistol to Oswald.
If at any point you feel I'm acting out of sorts, feel free to plug me in. Like if my voice changes or my eyes turn red. That pistol is meant for when we must self-terminate, but you'll be able to operate it as well.
You're starting to scare me.
That's the point.
Just promise me you'll pull the trigger if you have to, or else you'll see something truly scary.
Okay.
Oswald takes the pistol from Red Hood.
So, Red Hood, where should I drop you off?
You know who I am?
Yes.
Who are you? How do you know me?
I'm just a guy driving a military convoy to the Ark.
Sounds to me like you're someone high up in the United Forces of Humanity.
We go by the term central government now.
Has a cure been found for corruption? If you're one of the head honchos, you should know.
VTC and Rapunzel are still looking into it, but it doesn't seem they've made much progress. Cryogenic sleep can stave off the effects in the early stages, but that's about it.
When you say early stages, how early are we talking?
About 3 hours.
Ugh. That ship has definitely sailed in my case.
Red Hood gulps down the painkillers Oswald gave her.
How are you still alive? I received a report that you'd been terminated 2 months ago because of corruption.
Well, not only am I alive and kicking, but my mind is still intact. I'm apparently a special case.
It would seem so.
You're not going to rat me out, are you?
That depends. If you answer my questions, I won't.
Sure, why not? Just keep in mind that I may randomly pass out.
Noted. It's been 2 whole months. Why haven't you returned to the Goddess Squad?
I fainted when I was wandering out there. I only came to 3 days ago.
So are you going back now?
No. I can't even pull the trigger on my own gun. Whenever I think about it, it only gets worse.
What gets worse? The pain in your body?
I feel like shooting humans.
Ooh.
So I can't go back.
They would welcome you with open arms.
I abandoned them. That's why I can't go back.
Then where are you going?
Home.
Why?
It's because of the song. The song talks about resting in the earth of your hometown, and that's where she wants to go to die.
Because I'm scared of my squad mates.
Do you think they'd really hold that much of a grudge? What on earth did you say to them when you left?
It's not that. I just don't want to see the sadness on their faces. Even if I do go back and rejoin them, I die eventually. That's a scary proposition for them.
Is that why you decided to go off and die alone?
It's better that way. I'm the only one that suffers.
I see.
Red Hood suddenly feels a wave of fatigue washing over her. She's unsure whether it's the painkillers kicking in or if her time is finally up. She slumps further down into her seat and takes several deep breaths.
Man, I'm tired.
The Goddess Squad is truly amazing.
Huh?
I'll never forget your first battle. The first operation, where all the members were deployed. It was remarkable.
Why are you bringing this up?
It's not every day you get to meet a member of the Goddess Squad in real life. Don't mind me. I'm just fanboying.
Okay, fine. I guess.
Now, where was I? Oh, right. After the initial raid, you all took down 4 colossal raptors in an instant. Those towering beasts seemed invincible, but you defeated them like it was nothing. You gave us hope that we could beat the raptors. And in the residential defense battle, from this moment on, death would never cross the threshold into our homes. What a blissful feeling that was.
That's what Boss said.
Then, there was the time one of you destroyed their stronghold single-handedly.
Lilith.
Another time, you enticed all the raptors lurking in the forest to draw them out.
Right, that was Dorothy. She's amazing.
You managed to rescue 50 civilians, all without incurring a single casualty.
Yeah, Scarlet is really something.
And then, the White Reaper taking out those snipers. I didn't believe it could be done.
Snow is always true to her word.
She took that shot from 8 kilometers out, didn't she?
I think so.
Hang on. Did he say you or did he say she? Also, they skipped over Rapunzel.
How did you feel at that time?
Nothing special. I just knew I had to catch them. Otherwise, my friends would die.
As I thought. You all really are amazing. Then, there was that other time, at the Starlight Bridge.
Red Hood falls asleep listening to Oswald excitedly recount the Goddess Squad's past exploits. Although she can't quite put her finger on it, she's able to sleep soundly for the first time in ages. Alright, that's the half-hour mark, so until next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around. Although I say that, but it might go straight into another cutscene if I leave, so... Maybe don't sign off quite yet.
Everything started right. Time to finish.
A commendable battle, but I desire stronger opponents next time.
Nope, alright then. Until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.